it's Valerie Hunt, RX. Welcome to Ask Me Anything live on Wednesdays. Today I'm going to do a push versus pull. That's going to be our topic. That was a big question. People have been really having fun following the reboot, which by the way is going to stay on the YouTube channel. So I would definitely take high advantage of that. You know, it's got a daily practice for 30 days, starting with skill. It's going to rotate skill, strength, and self-care. So the biggest question I had this week, and by the way, post questions, that's how I know how to answer, is still a lot of conversation with sore calves and sore shins. And I had the joy of having a clinic this weekend and working both. It's really great, both working individual with people, online with people. But once you can see your run, then you can feel the correct movement. And I say that a lot because most of us have never thought about running in a learning kind of way, right? Running is about how many miles I'm gonna run, what I'm gonna wear, what shoes am I gonna get. So all of a sudden when I'm thinking about my movement and my running, it really changes things. And so most of us aren't even aware that we are doing what we're doing. Make sure you can see my feet. Okay, so let's have some fun today. So if you have gone through the reboot, awesome. Come on in and you know how we're gonna start. We're gonna start in the running pose. If this is your first time watching and you're like, what does that even mean? Then I'm gonna spend 1 minute on what is the running gait cycle. So running itself, right? What do you think of running when you go running? Like I just said, shoes or how many miles or what I'm wearing or the weather. How about if I shift my thought to running itself? The action of running is when I'm in this optimal position called the pose, or figure 4 if you look at my hips down. Once I'm in this pose, my body can use gravity to fall from my center, from your middle. And you fall, you just free fall. And then you pull your foot and you're right back in the running pose. And running is repeated. So it's just a constant state of pose, fall, pull. And then you're in pose and you fall and you pull. But your only job is the pulling part. You are pulling to keep up with your falling body. So your job is to go up, 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 because you're pulling the foot up from the ground. But just so you know, I was taught, and most people were taught, to reach their foot, extend, drive, like get your foot out there, go. The problem is when I do that, I'm stuck. Physiologically, your body cannot travel until your center of mass passes over your support foot, which is exactly what pose is. You see that? When my center of mass goes over the ball of my foot, I'm in pose. So let's not waste time on the ground. That's where all the injuries happen. When you have a shin splint, when you have a planters, all these little niggles, twinges, pains that come up, these are usually because your body's like, hey, this hurts, okay? So let's talk about pulling. What is my thought when I pull my foot? I think, you know, gravity acts on us like a magnet, right? We are definitely on the ground. So you are resisting that magnet when you pull. So my knee stays bent. I'm using my hamstring. The hamstring itself closes the leg. So this pulling action in place isn't that hard to get, right? Challenge-wise, I can feel it. I can see it. I pull. There's my ankle right under my hip. So I can practice in place, which is the best. However, when you go run, you don't know, like you're here and then you're in the air, what happens next, right? I pull my foot, I have to be okay with my hamstring is holding my foot right now. When I pull my other one, my hamstring drops my foot. So then it's my job to pick it back up. As soon as I pulled it, I let go to get ready to pull the other one. You're just doing this constant state of pulling. So if I push, which is so powerful feeling, so do this with me, guys. Put your feet, separate your feet for just a second. Then I'm gonna give you a fun drill. Take your back leg and extend it. That's pushing. So you take your weight and you press it into the ground and you extend your leg. Well, the reality is, what direction do I travel when I push? So if my knee is bent and then I extend it, you're going from being springy, right, with the elasticity knee bent, to going where? Going up, which would be great if I wanted to jump up and see how high I could get. Then it would make a lot of sense to extend and go up. But in running, it makes no sense because if I go up, then guess what? I'm gonna come back down and it's gonna be hard and it's gonna be more impact. And then I'm gonna run like this. Right? So then I'm bouncing a whole bunch when really, right, I wanna get there. So unfortunately you're like, great, thanks a lot. Now you're telling me I can't do this and then I can't do this. So that's the whole thing. It's like we have to let go of that push and that reach. So let's have some fun with it, all right? I'll give you a fun little challenge and a way to feel the difference. Okay, so I want you to stand in that running pose. So it's the figure 4. Your ankle is under your hip, knee is bent on your standing leg, body weight's in the ball of the foot. You should be able to hop on it. Ears, shoulders, hips are in line here. So what I want you to do is we're going to let ourselves free fall and pull our foot. And I want you to land right in that pose. 3, 2, 1, go. Fall, pull. See? Very nice. Just right back where you want it to be. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to have you push on purpose and you'll feel the difference. So here we are, starting in the same spot, knee is bent, weights in the ball of the foot. But now, we're still going to fall, but you've got to now extend the knee and push. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go extend, push. So what happened? I still moved, but where's my back leg? Somewhere back here, lost. Doesn't know where to go. Come on back, right? Your body is very happy when it's connected, not so happy when it's separated. You want your legs to separate, guys, when it's in flight. That's what you want, but you can't feel that. You can practice it by adding mobility work and hip strengthening and opening, but what you want to sense is the feeling of leaving the ground, not pressing into it. So let's try 3 more, okay? Body weight's in the ball of the foot, knee is bent, take your hips forward and pull. 3, 2, 1, hips, pull. See, nice and easy, a little bit of a jump, but that's okay, you're just practicing. Okay, let's try it again with the push so you can feel the difference. So this time, press in the ground and extend your knee. 3, 2, 1, go. Press. Again, see? And this adds, oh my gosh, like a 30-pound weight on my hamstring now, and everything now. The only way, I'm gonna use this leg, the only way I can get my leg forward now is how? Not with my hamstring, all it knows how to do is this, with my hip. So all of a sudden now you're going, calf, hamstring, hip. Calf, hamstring, hip. Well, eventually something's gonna give. Whoo! Instead, you fall and pull. It's 10% active muscle contraction of the hamstring and then 90% reflexive response. Like we're using muscle elasticity, right? We're using all the really good things. One more time. Ready, guys? Here we go. In your running pose, all you're gonna think about is nothing but hips. Now pull. And isn't that nice? So then when you start to run in place, so run in place with me. My knees are bent. My foot's pulling up, 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 up. Nice and light. Allow yourself to fall. And you're ready to run. So if you'll practice that, post it in the comments. Happy to watch you. That's what we do. So real quick, I'll give you 2 things you ought to think about. How do I know if I'm pushing or reaching? I don't know unless I see it. So one of the things I want you to do for free is take the RunnerX quiz. It'll ask you some questions about, am I feeling shins, calves, hips, knees, what's going on in your run? And then I give you a little tip on something you could do for you to start practicing. And again, I highly encourage going through the reboot, which is on the YouTube. And last but not least, let me see your run. Get a gait analysis. Come into the membership. It's so great. You get gait analysis, you get live coaching, you get Zooms, you get interactive feedback on not just your running, but your strength, your skill, your self-care. So always welcome, wherever you are in your running, to join in. But either way, just go to runnerxquiz.com to get started and ask me questions, post in these comments, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you so much.